In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I was able to set up a fully automated dropshipping store from scratch. And actually, I've successfully used this same system multiple times before. For instance, you can see here that I grew my first store to over $100,000 a month in sales in less than a year. And I've taught this same system to thousands of others who have had incredible success with it. Point is, I know that this process works, and all you have to do is copy every step that I'm about to show you. The first thing you want to do is head on over to ebay.com and actually create an account here. So on the top left here, you'll see a button that says register. Go ahead and click on that. Now on this screen, it'll give you two options. You can either sign up for a personal account or a business account. If you have the option for a business account, definitely go for that one, because with a business account, you usually get higher selling limits, which means that you can list up and sell more items than you could with a personal account. So definitely, if you have that option, go for a business account. Now, I'm not going to walk you through this entire process because it's pretty straightforward. You're just going to give them all the information about who you are. Make sure all of it's accurate and truthful, because a lot of times they do ask for identifying documents to make sure that all the information you submitted is in fact correct. So go ahead and do that, and then we can actually get set up with the dropshipping side of this. Now, a lot of people may be surprised that we are going to be selling products on eBay of all places. And I think a lot of people have this erroneous belief that eBay is dead and no one buys on eBay anymore. But that's not true. eBay is thriving. eBay is still alive. A lot of people still shop on eBay every single day. For us dropshippers, what makes eBay so unique is that we can actually set up a fully automated store dropshipping onto eBay, which is a lot more automated than we can with pretty much any other platform out there. So especially for beginners and especially for people who want a fully automated dropshipping store, eBay is definitely the way to go. Now, speaking of automation, this is a software that I use to automate my own dropshipping stores. It's called AutoDS. And what I really like about AutoDS is that you can actually link it up with multiple different platforms to sell on. So you can use this to dropship on Shopify, on Facebook, on eBay, on TikTok, on Amazon, on Wix, a lot of different places. And it can all be within one account here on AutoDS. So you can have all your stores going for you automatically, all of them within one login. So you don't have to be all scattered and logging into different accounts to run all your businesses. Now, I started using AutoDS about 5 years ago now, and I talk about them in almost all of my videos because they literally are the backbone of my dropshipping stores. So the point is, I would be talking about AutoDS even if they hadn't sponsored today's video, but they have generously done so, so I did want to give them a special shout out. Now, if you want to try AutoDS for yourself, you can sign up using the link in the description of this video to get a 30-day trial for just $1. That's twice as long as their normal trial, so do be sure you click on that link, and then you can go ahead and register. So go ahead and put in your email address, your name, and create a password. Now, the next page will ask you where you're going to be selling products. We're going to, of course, select eBay for this one. And then you can choose what package you want to sign up for after your trial is over. So there's a couple of different plans here. There's sometimes some confusion about this, so I want to spend a minute talking about this. You'll see here on the left, there is an import plan, and then they have the starter plan. You don't want the import plan. The import plan only lets you add products to your store. It will not automatically reprice them, restock them. A lot of the other automations that I'm going to show you, you won't have access to those. So stay away from the import plan. You want to go ahead and select the starter plan. And you can see here, you can get started with this for just 99 cents. So go ahead and click on that. Now, of course, you'll want to go ahead and enter in all of your credit card details and then click on continue. Now, once you are actually logged in for the first time, you'll see that AutoDS is asking you to link up your eBay store. So you can go ahead and click through to do that. It will automatically take you over to eBay and have you link up your eBay account with your AutoDS account. It's very simple to do. It just takes a couple of clicks. And once that's done, now the software is talking with eBay. So as we begin to add items and we begin to use AutoDS, everything can be automated on the back end because of the connection that we just set up. But of course, the first thing we have to do is we have to actually add some products into our store. So let's go ahead and do some product research, find some best sellers that are going to do well on eBay, and actually add them into our store. So there's a few different ways to do product research. One of the simplest ways is just to come over to your supplier's website and look at their best sellers. So I'm here on Amazon.com, and if you notice right here in this bar, there's a button here that says best sellers. You can also find it over here on the sidebar, best sellers. And if you open this up and you just navigate to a random category, so let's go ahead and select office products. What you'll find are what Amazon considers to be the best sellers on the platform in that category. And what we have found is that if products do really well on other platforms like Amazon, they're probably going to do really well on eBay as well. So I see this one right here. It's this little elf gift wrap cutter. It's a really cool product that's used to actually cut wrapping paper very, very easily. And we see that this is very popular on Amazon. So what I'm going to do is, before I list this exact one, what I like to do is search to see if I can find something similar that might be a little bit cheaper. So if we call this a gift wrap cutter, I'll go ahead and copy that. I'm just going to search Amazon for that. And we can see the one that we were just looking at. But if you look right here, there's this one that's a little bit cheaper, right? And even though it's a limited time deal, after the deal's over, it's still cheaper than the original one we were looking at. If we scroll down a little bit more, we found one that's even cheaper right here at $6.99. And coming down a little bit more, we see another one for $6.99. So I'm thinking like $7 is the sweet spot for this. We found a couple of them for $7. So instead of listing up the best seller, which probably already has people selling it on eBay at a higher price, we can come in at a lower price with substantially the same product and make more profit because we are selling it for less. As another example, if you come over to Amazon, and this time I looked at the patio, lawn, and garden department, and I see that the number 2 result here is this plant terrarium with this wooden stand. It's a really cool product. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find something similar to that on Amazon that's maybe less than about $14. So we see that one come up. We see another one that's $17. I see this one that's $13.98, but the reason this one jumps out at me is because this is $13.98 all the time. The one we are looking at is $13.84, and that's part of a limited time deal. So after that deal's over, it's going up to $20. So this will allow me to sell it all the time at a lower price than the people that are selling this one, because this is going to go up in price in probably just a few hours. So scrolling down, I'm trying to see if there's anything even cheaper. And I see this one right here, but that's not what we're looking for at all. So I think that one's the winner right there. So just kind of recap what I'm doing here is I'm trying to find a very similar product that looks very similar, has a lot of similar features, but is cheaper in price, but still has good reviews. And this one hits all of those check marks. So that's another one that I can list up for sale. Now, one of my favorite ways to do product research is by using data and seeing what products have the best sales history on eBay or on other platforms. And AutoDS can actually help us out with this as well. So I have signed up for an add-on on AutoDS that allows me to see what types of products are trending. So if I come over here on the left, you can see we have 3 different product research tools: the handpick products, the ad spy, and trending products. So I'm not going to show you all of these, but let's take a look at trending products real quick. And we can see it here. It's actually able to identify for you different products that are starting to trend upwards. Now, I like to sort these by, if you come down here to product score, because what product score does is it takes into account all the other factors. Basically, AutoDS is able to look at the sales history. It's able to look at how popular it is, how much it's growing over time, the interaction rate with the products, and it's going to give it a score based on that. The higher the score, the better. So if I come in here and I see something like this, which is a cord organizer, I can look at the stats here. And I can see that over 9,000 of these have sold. Now, that's not on eBay. It's pulling that information from other platforms. But again, if it's selling well on other platforms, it's probably going to sell well on eBay. You see it has a lot of reviews, a decent interaction rate, a $5 or $6 profit. So overall, they gave this a product score of about 79. So that's pretty good. And if I click on this, I can actually see more about this product. I can see what it looks like, see the same information again, and what markets it's popular in. Now, if I wanted to, what I could do is I could just click import draft, and this would actually list the item into my eBay store for me, like that easy, just with one click. But that would mean that you're using a different supplier. These are drop shipping primarily from China, and that's fine if you want to do it that way. But if you want to use your own supplier or want to use a US-based supplier like I'm doing on Amazon, then I would actually look for this same product on Amazon. So I'll come back over here to Amazon, and let's go ahead and search for cord organizer. And I'll look for something that looks similar to this. And I'm going to find one with good reviews and one that's as cheap as possible. So coming down here, I'm not quite, oh, here we go. We see something like this, right? $7.64. Even after the deal is over, it's $9.99. This one looks a lot more similar to what we saw on AutoDS compared to this one. So this is the one I'm zeroing in on. Even after the sale is over, it's still only $10. And if I need to, after the deal is over, I can try to find it from another supplier who's also selling it for just as cheap. So I think that would be the winner. I might spend a few more minutes trying to really refine my search. Maybe I didn't really search for the right thing. Maybe this is like a wrapper. Maybe I'll try organizer wrapper and see if I get more results. And hey, you see, that actually worked. We see the exact same thing right here for less money. This is $5.39 all the time. So I think that would be the one that I list for sale right there. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing you find on AutoDS or however you're doing your product research, as long as it's very similar and it's at a good price point and it has good reviews like this one. Okay, now that we found some products to sell, let me show you how easy it is to actually list these products into our store using AutoDS. Because in the past, this used to be pretty tedious. We would have to download each of these images. We would then have to upload them into eBay. We'd have to copy the title, bring that over, copy the description, copy and paste that into eBay. It took a lot of time. But AutoDS luckily makes this very easy. So I'm going to list this one for sale because I think it looks really cool before I list the other ones. And so what I'll do is I'll come up to the URL at the top. I'm just going to copy that down. And then if I come back over here to AutoDS, I can click on the left here where it says add product, and I'll click on single product. Now I will paste in that URL and I'll click on this orange button. So in a matter of seconds, this has brought everything over from eBay for me. We can see right here the title that's on Amazon. We can see that it automatically created tags for us on our eBay listing. We can also see that it automatically created a shipping and handling policy based on how quickly the item is shipping out on Amazon. Now we can also see the description here was brought over. It looks very nice in here. We have different variations. So let's say that this was available in different colors. Well, if I wanted to, I could have all those colors represented. So for instance, this one, right? It's available in different sizes. You can get a 4-pack, a 6-pack, or an 8-pack. If I wanted to, I could have all those listed under one listing on eBay. AutoDS can handle that. But for this one, there are no variations, so we're not seeing that in here. You can also see all the images were brought over, and they look very nice. And then the item specifics are automatically added as well. So before I actually list this, I always change two things on my listing. First is I check the images. So this is the image that is pre-selected as the main image because that's the main image on Amazon. I always take a quick look and see, hey, is there maybe a better main image that I think will make it look a little bit different than other people who might be selling something similar on eBay? Now in this case, I'm not seeing anything better. This one is just different, but it has a bunch of letters on it. So I'm not loving that one. These other ones are great images, but you can't really see the product as well. So I think the default main image is the best choice in this case. But the other thing I always change is the title. So this title right here is the one that's on Amazon, and it is optimized for Amazon. It's not optimized for eBay. So I want to go ahead and I want to optimize it for eBay. And luckily, AutoDS actually has an AI tool built in that can do that for you. So if I click right here where it says optimize title with AI, I can choose how I want it to sound. So I always choose professional or sellable. You can also choose funny if you want, or one for social networks. In this case, I'm going to choose sellable. And then I always select balanced. And that's a little balance between being creative and being precise. And then I'll click on AI Write. And there we go. I'll go ahead and click save on that. And you can see it automatically fills it in right there. If you'd rather do it yourself, AutoDS gives you that option. You can click right here where it says optimize your title. And this is AutoDS's title builder. So if I come down here to this search bar, I can search for just generically what this is. So this is hydroponics, right? Click on search. And what this will pull from eBay for you is data about what keywords people search for when they are looking for a hydroponic plant. So you can see all these different keywords, and you can go ahead and use these if they are accurate for your listing. So I can see right here that this is pretty simple. It's just kind of these bulbs. So things like a fountain would not apply, but some of these other ones would, like for plant growing. I can click on that and that will automatically be added. So you can spend a few minutes just kind of building out your title or have AI do it for you. Now, once that is done, you can just click on this button that says save and import. And in a matter of seconds, that product will be live for sale on eBay, ready for people to purchase. And the cool thing is that once you list the item with AutoDS, it's pretty much hands off from there, because AutoDS is able to detect on Amazon if the price changes or the item goes out of stock. And if that happens, all of that will be updated on your eBay listing for you automatically in the background, even if you're asleep, even if you're on vacation. So for instance, if this went up by $2, you don't want to then sell it on eBay for a lower price because you would lose money. But AutoDS is protecting you against that because it's going to see that the price went up and it's going to increase the price on your eBay listing. And I didn't say this before, but it is important to note that when you actually list a product for sale the first time, it's going to grab the price from Amazon or whatever supplier you're using. It's going to increase it to cover things like your eBay fees or any shipping expenses if you wanted to, and more, so you actually make a profit. That way, every time you sell the product, you actually make money. Now, once you have items listed for sale, two things are going to start happening. First, you're going to start to get questions from potential customers on eBay. And two, you're going to start to get orders. Luckily, both of those can be managed inside of AutoDS. They actually pull in all the messages from your customers or potential customers, and you can answer them directly inside of AutoDS. And more importantly, every time you get an order, all of that information will be taken by AutoDS, and they can actually automatically order the item for you from your supplier, whether that's Amazon or Walmart. It works with a whole bunch of different suppliers. It will order it from that supplier. It will put in your buyer's shipping information, and the package will then be sent directly to the customer, completely automated and hands off for you. In fact, once a tracking number becomes available, AutoDS will upload that into eBay as well for you. That way, both the customer and eBay knows that you have shipped out the order to the customer. So it's all automated. The only thing you really have to worry about is finding the products and answering customer questions, except there's actually a way to automate that as well. You see, you can hire virtual assistants to run the rest of your store that the automation software doesn't do. So you can have them do product research, add the products for you, and do customer service. Some place that a lot of people hire VAs from is Fiverr.com. So I came over here to Fiverr. I just searched for eBay dropshipping, and you can see that there are a lot of people on here that are willing to help you with things like dropshipping from Amazon to eBay. And then once you actually find a VA you want to work for, over here on AutoDS, you can actually give them access to part of your account, but not the entire thing. So if I come down here to the settings and I click on add-ons, Down here, you can see I can actually turn on VA users. And this will allow me to create a sub account for a virtual assistant that only gives them access to some of my software without giving them full control over it. So as you can see, starting a dropshipping store really doesn't have to be all that complicated. I've now helped a lot of people with this, and I've seen more people be successful with eBay dropshipping using this system than anything else I've ever tried. So if you want to give this a shot for yourself, remember you can get a $1 trial of AutoDS using the link in the description down below. And while you're down there, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm always releasing tips about eBay dropshipping and how to find the best products to sell. So do be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.